we're of the view that the current expansive network of media houses is good for our democracy. On the flip side, a lot of media owners are complaining that it is not economically viable. And we think that there's a need to consider mergers and acquisitions so that cost of operation can be reduced and the little revenues that are available can make these media houses sustainable. But that is something for the media houses themselves to consider and examine how they can do this. It will, among other things, also ensure that media operators, journalists in particular, producers, cinematographers, photographers are better paid. We are all in this industry and we all know the salary levels or sometimes the non-existence of salaries for many of our colleague journalists. And we are of the view that if it is because the industry is not commercially viable in many areas, then we should consider mergers and acquisitions so that we can put the little revenues to some
But haven't we set the bar too low? I mean, are there not too many?
The Constitution is quite clear. You don't need a license to practice media. The only time when some sort of legal instrument known as authorization comes in is when the media you want to operate requires the use of electronic spectrum. That is the only time that the National Communication Authority comes in. Else, if you are, publishing a newspaper or a magazine, you don't need license or authorization. That is in response to our constitutional right to free expression, and it is one of the pillars of our democracy as a country. It has its downside, which is what you are talking about now. But the way to deal with it is not necessarily by changing the laws, it's by letting the industry self-regulate.